Hi, and welcome to my presentation on 3 different teaching strategies that educators can use while teaching ELS. My name is Eric Bergen, and I hope you enjoy it. So the first part of my presentation focuses on what 4 language domains we need to cover. So those 4 language domains are reading, writing, speaking, and listening. My first strategy is called Total Physical Response Theater, or TPR theater. What is this? Well, this is a form of an engaging way for students to act out commands or actions. It is a multisensory approach to learning where students can act out vocabulary words that are being taught in a story. This can either be teacher-led or this can be student-led. The language domains that are covered for TPR. TPR theater really helps develop those vocabulary skills. It does this through listening and speaking activities. Students must listen and comprehend the story in order to participate. Students also must engage in speaking with one another or the teacher in order to ask questions or engage in additional learning. What does this look like? So here I'll have attached the actual presentation where you can go and actually click on a video that explains TPR and demonstrates what it looks like inside the classroom. My next strategy is called role-playing. What is role-playing? Role-playing is an engaging way for students to write prompts, allows students to have a multisensory approach to learning. Basically what students do is they're encouraged to write plays and engage with an audience to develop the concept that they are learning. For example, if students are learning how to give commands in English, they might create a role-playing skit with a partner and have to act that out in front of the class in order to use the vocabulary words that they're learning and demonstrate that they understand what a command is. The language domains of role-playing. So role-playing develops pragmatics. It does this through writing, reading, and speaking. Students must act out their role-playing scenario that they're developing, and by acting it out, they're developing their speaking skills. Students must also write out the scenarios through role-playing, so this encourages the student to help develop those critical writing skills. And students also must edit and reread their role-playing scenarios, so they're going through the writing process and they're also reading and rereading their skits. This is another video, so I encourage you to go check this out because this basically demonstrates what a role-playing scenario that's more teacher-led would look like. Interactive writing is the third teaching strategy that I'm going to be discussing. So what is this? It's a teacher-led small group activity that's used to develop writing. Teachers typically do this in a small group interaction, and normally they focus on targeted skills. So the specific goals are developed through questions and answers guided by the teacher. The language domains of interactive writing. Interactive writing develops syntax and morphemic and phonemic awareness along with orthography skills. It does this through writing, listening, and speaking activities where students must participate in small group lessons and where the teacher targets specific skills and creates multisensory ways to engage in creating this story. So below is another video where this interactive writing approach is demonstrated by an educator. I definitely also highly recommend that you check this out so that you can get more in-depth detail about what this approach looks like. Awesome. Thanks for listening to my presentation.